Welcome to Eternal Manna, the daily devotions of Grace Gospel Church. We are looking at Psalm 59, sung to the tune of Do Not Destroy. And we looked at the context that David had escaped from his own house as it was surrounded by the forces of Saul. And in that context, David wrote this psalm. Now, the first thing we are going to look at from this psalm is David's detailed description of his enemies. Very, very detailed description of his enemies. And he says many things about his enemies. So, the first thing he mentions about his enemies is in verse 1. David says, "There are those who are rising up against me for no good reason." And that's what makes it so sad. For no good reason. Here are enemies who have risen up against David, blindly following a leader who had become very irrational and insane at times. The second thing that David says about his enemies in verse 2 is that they are evil doers. They are only known for their evil. And how sad that is. Remember, I said we are called to do good, but instead of doing good, instead of being salt and light, here are men who are evil doers. Now, in that same verse, verse 2, he says they are bloodthirsty men. They are bent on murder. They love the sight of blood. They are killers. They are killers, professional killers. Those were David's enemies. And no surprise, because we are told that the devil is a murderer from the beginning. And those who are in the camp of the devil love the taste of blood. They love the sight of blood. So they are bloodthirsty men. And then we read in verse 3 that these enemies, they lie in wait for me. They want to spring a secret surprise attack on David. They want to catch him unawares. They want to ambush him. And this thought is repeated many times in the book of Psalms. So let me read Psalm 10, verses 8 and 9. And 3 times in these verses, Psalm 10, verses 8 and 9, the psalmist is talking about the enemy lying in wait for him. He lies in wait near the villagers. From ambush, he murders the innocent, watching in secret for his victims. He lies in wait like a lion in cover. He lies in wait to catch the helpless. So 3 times it talks about evil, wicked men who are waiting to spring a surprise attack on innocent people and to destroy them and to kill them. And then in verse 3 of Psalm 59, David, continuing to describe his enemies, he calls them fierce men who conspire against me. Fierce men who come together and they want to come up with a plan to kill David. Fierce men. They are evildoers. They are bloodthirsty. And they have no goodness in them. They are only satisfied when they see the person that they are seeking to kill dead. And we need to pray against these kind of enemies, that God will intervene act and remove them so that the godly can prosper. Amen.